This movie shows the construction of piers for the Mississippi River Bridge on US 34 between Illinois and Iowa. This is a detail of the main tower and pier. The existing bridge is shown as well. This image shows the fabrication of the Cofferdam frame to be used for constructing the main pier. It is fabricated on shore. The next 4 images show the frame being placed on barges and moved to the construction site where it is placed in the proper location. How about that crow's nest? This image shows one cofferdam in place and the one for the main pier being built. Placing sheet piles around the cofferdam frame. The sheets are floated to the site on a barge and a crane picks and places them into position. Notice some of the sheets have been driven. This image shows the cranes used in the driving of the sheets, most likely by a vibratory hammer. This image shows the hammer used to drive the foundation piles. You can see the length marked on one side. This assists in the driving operation. A view of the pile driving operation from the existing bridge. Another view of pile driving. Notice the cell has not been dewatered. Driving tips were used on piles to make it easier to drive the piles to their proper depth. This shows the hammer in action. Notice it is submersible. Rock is placed in the bottom of the cell to form a solid base for the cap. A diver is used to inspect the underwater work. There are no images available that show the placing of the cap. This is the inside of the cell after removing the water. You can see the foundation piles and the concrete cap. The cap resists the upward hydrostatic forces. Here you see workers with jackhammers removing weak and uneven areas of the cap. A close-up view of the cap and piles. The piles have been cut to the proper length. Inside the cell are foundation forms and reinforcing steel. Foundation reinforcing steel being installed. Here comes the concrete. The trucks are driven onto a barge and floated to the cell. A concrete pumping machine is used to place the concrete in the foundation. This image shows workers placing the concrete for the foundation mat. The pier steel is being erected in this image. Another view of placing concrete. In this image, a concrete bucket is used for pouring the pier. Since the pours require large volumes of concrete, ice is used to cool down the concrete to reduce heat buildup and slow the curing process. A flood hits and overtops the cofferdam. Hazardous material was found at the site and had to be removed and properly disposed. This slide shows the first stage of the bridge erection. This slide shows how the bridge is erected off the center pier. Precast sections are floated in and placed in a sequence to counterbalance each other. Erection Stage 3 shows the completion of the 2 main spans and the erection of the adjacent spans. These 2 slides show how the cables and deck sections are installed off the main pier.